Your house talks to you every single day. It creaks, it drips, it smells a little off sometimes, and it leaves little clues all over the place. But most homeowners walk right past these signals without ever stopping to ask what they mean. Today, we're going through 10 warning signs your house is trying to tell you something is wrong. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, what it means, and what to do about it before a small problem turns into an expensive disaster. Let's start with one of the most overlooked signs, and that's musty smells that won't go away no matter how much you clean. If you walk into your basement, your bathroom, or even a closet, and there's a persistent damp, earthy odor, your house is telling you there's moisture where there shouldn't be. This is often the first indicator of hidden mold growth behind walls or under flooring. Mold doesn't always show up as a visible black spot. Sometimes it's tucked away in places you can't see, and the smell is the only clue you get. If you notice this, it's worth checking around windows, under sinks, and in your basement for any signs of water intrusion, because catching mold early can save you thousands in remediation costs later. The second sign is cracks in your walls or ceiling, especially ones that seem to be growing over time. Now, hairline cracks from normal settling are usually nothing to worry about. Every house shifts a little as the seasons change. But if you're seeing cracks that are wider than a quarter inch, that run diagonally, or that keep reappearing after you patch them, your house may be telling you there's a foundation issue. Foundation problems don't fix themselves, and they only get more expensive the longer you wait. A quick way to keep an eye on this is to take photos of any cracks you find and check back every few months to see if they've changed in size or shape. Number 3 is doors and windows that suddenly stick or won't close properly. If you've lived in your home for a while and all of a sudden your bedroom door is dragging on the floor, or a window that used to slide open easily is now stuck, this is often connected to foundation movement or humidity changes. Sometimes it's as simple as seasonal expansion and contraction of wood. But if multiple doors and windows are having issues at the same time, that's your house waving a red flag about structural shifting. This is one of those signs that's easy to dismiss as an annoyance, but it's actually valuable information about what's happening beneath your feet. The fourth warning sign is discoloration or stains on your ceiling or walls. Brown, yellow, or copper-colored stains are almost always a sign of water intrusion, whether that's from a roof leak, a plumbing issue, or condensation building up in your attic. Even if the stain looks dry and old, it doesn't mean the problem is solved. Water can travel a surprising distance from its source before it shows up as a visible stain, so the leak causing it might be several feet away from where you actually see the damage. If you spot a stain, it's worth investigating right away, rather than just painting over it, because painting over a water stain without fixing the source is like putting a bandage on a problem that's still actively getting worse underneath. Sign number 5 is a spike in your energy bills without any change in your usage habits. Your house uses energy efficiently when everything is sealed properly, insulated well, and functioning as it should. When your heating or cooling bill suddenly jumps for no obvious reason, your house might be telling you there's a leak in your ductwork, a failing furnace or air conditioner, or gaps around windows and doors letting conditioned air escape. This is one of those signs that's easy to blame on the weather. But if you compare your bill to the same month last year and the numbers don't add up, it's time to look deeper into your home's efficiency. The sixth sign is that classic musty or metallic smell coming from your water, or water that looks slightly discolored when it comes out of the tap. This is your house telling you something might be wrong with your plumbing or your water heater. Rusty water can indicate corroding pipes, while a rotten egg smell might point to bacteria in your water heater tank. Neither of these should be ignored, because plumbing issues that start small have a way of turning into burst pipes or contaminated water if left unaddressed. If you ever notice a change in your water's color, smell, or taste, it's worth having it tested or having a plumber take a look. Number 7 is squeaky, bouncy, or uneven floors. A little creak here and there in an older home is normal. Wood floors settle and shift with humidity. But if you're noticing floors that feel spongy underfoot, or that seem to slope in one direction when you set a marble down and watch it roll, your house could be telling you about structural damage, often related to moisture damage in the floor joists below. This is especially common in bathrooms and kitchens where water exposure is more frequent. Catching this early means the difference between replacing a few boards and replacing an entire section of subfloor. The 8th warning sign is visible mold or mildew, particularly in bathrooms, around windows, or in the corners of rooms with poor ventilation. While a little mildew in a shower is common and usually harmless with regular cleaning, mold that keeps coming back no matter how often you scrub it away is a sign of an underlying moisture problem that cleaning alone won't solve. Your house is telling you that there's excess humidity somewhere, whether that's from poor ventilation, a hidden leak, or condensation building up inside your walls. Ignoring recurring mold isn't just a cosmetic issue, it can actually impact the air quality inside your home and affect your family's health over time. Sign number 9 is pest activity, especially an increase in ants, rodents, or insects you haven't seen before. Pests are remarkably good at finding weaknesses in a home, whether that's a small gap around a pipe, a crack in the foundation, or moisture that's attracting them inside. If you're suddenly noticing more bugs or signs of rodents, your house might be telling you there's an entry point somewhere that needs to be sealed, or a moisture source that's making your home more attractive to unwanted visitors. Pests are essentially free inspectors pointing out weaknesses you might not have found on your own, so pay attention to where you're seeing them and work backward to find the source. And the 10th and final warning sign is a roof that's shedding granules, curling shingles, or showing daylight through the attic boards. Your roof takes a beating from the elements every single day, and it's not always obvious from the ground that it's struggling. If you find granules collecting in your gutters, shingles that are curling at the edges, or you can see light coming through boards in your attic, your house is telling you the roof's protective barrier is compromised. A roof issue left unaddressed doesn't just get worse slowly, it can lead to sudden and significant water damage the next time a storm rolls through. So this is one sign that's worth having a professional take a look at sooner rather than later. At the end of the day, your house is constantly communicating with you. You just have to know what to listen for. Cracks, smells, stains, sounds, and even the bugs showing up in your kitchen are all pieces of a bigger picture your home is trying to paint for you. The good news is that most of these warning signs, when caught early, lead to relatively simple and affordable fixes. It's only when they're ignored for months or years that they turn into the kind of expensive repairs that make headlines in a homeowner's worst nightmares. So take a walk through your house this week, use your eyes, your nose, and even your ears, and see what your home might be trying to tell you. A little attention now can save you a whole lot of stress and money down the road.